Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
The man, the myth, the legend, Kyle Juszczyk, with more Z's in his name than most people need, but he is incredible. Juice, I love this guy. Number 14 on the 49ers roster countdown, and, we're getting into this territory where it was so hard, man, to put all these different players and rank them against each other for the importance of the 2022 season. It was hard. Kyle Juszczyk is so valuable, especially whenever you increase, you're bringing in Trey Lance. You've got a questionable offensive line in front of him. Kyle Juszczyk is worth so much. The Swiss Army knife, the offensive weapon. You can't just call him a fullback. He does too much. I love this guy. Fat middle school Chapman playing fullback because, he wasn't fast enough to be a tight end, wasn't fast enough to be a running back, wasn't big enough to be a lineman. Fullback granted me my spot. William Floyd, bar none. Tom Rathman. The history, and again, you can go back to the $1 million backfield as well, but the history of the fullback position for the 49ers, just perfect. That tight ends, we got this on lockdown. Kyle Juszczyk's incredible. 6-time Pro Bowler, given not every single team uses fullbacks. Last I count, I think 17 teams were using a full-time fullback, so limits it from 32 for sure, but that doesn't lessen what he has accomplished in his time in the NFL. Wears jersey number 44, used to be 40, switched it over. 6'1", 235. He was born in 1991. He's 31 years old, still got some time, entering his 10th season, which is incredible. 6 with the 49ers. This could be another decade-long player, which is such a key thing for the 49ers franchise. They keep track of that, the 10-year 49ers list. Now, he's from Ohio, played in Cloverleaf, the Colts, which is in Lodi, Ohio. Never even heard of this place, Lodi. It's southeast of Cleveland, small town. And while he was there, he was Mr. Everything. Shocker. Earned 6 letters in 3 sports, played numerous positions in football, started on the basketball team as the point guard, competed in track. Just did everything. 2-year football captain, 2-time first team all Medina County player, 2-time all league in track, led the team in rushing and receiving as a senior, and by the way, National Honor Society, which needs to kind of go without saying whenever you talk about Juszczyk. The dude went to Harvard. Personally enjoys fishing and playing cards. His great uncle, Dickie Moore, was drafted in the first round by the Green Bay Packers back in the day. Now, we're going to bounce around a little bit because there's a lot to talk about with what he has accomplished and just off the field. There's just so much texture to who this person is. Now, the way you pronounce his last name is the Northeast people, right? Or Midwest people, and Juszczyk. So it's a soft J, Yogging, I believe is what the kids are calling it nowadays. But Juice, he goes by Juice. Juszczyk. I remember one of the proudest days of my, I don't know what you call me, YouTuber, content creator, podcast, or whatever, I don't care. But whenever I could finally spell his name without having to go back and look it up. Because, a game's going on and I'm live tweeting or whatever. It's hard to type Juszczyk, but now I can do it with ease. I don't have to look it up anymore. The trick is no vowels. Just keeps going. Anyway, he was named the 2017 Bill Walsh Award winner for the 49ers. Voted on by the coaching staff, and it goes to the 49ers player who best represented the standard of professional excellence. That's what Bill Walsh stands for, right? Excellence, first class. That's who Kyle Juszczyk is. Just glue. Definition locker room guy, definition leader, hard worker, no issues. He's incredible. And, another little thing about him, every single offseason, Juice tries to build one handcrafted piece of furniture. Last year, his most recent one, he assembled a farmhouse-style kitchen table. Just goes out in the woods, cuts down his own wood, does it all himself. He's a Renaissance man. I love this guy. Also interesting, found this one. Juszczyk settled on his favorite pregame meal recently, which is filet mignon, nice, with sweet potatoes and spaghetti with scrambled eggs. That is the perfect, he said, quote, the perfect combination of protein and carbs right before the game, end quote. Yeah, filet mignon and spaghetti. I like it. And so, like, you know, again, 6-time Pro Bowler, which all 5 years he's been with the 49ers, he made the Pro Bowl. So once before us with the Ravens, all 5 consecutive seasons, straight Pro Bowl. Just incredible. He does a lot with My Cause, My Cleats and a lot of humanitarian work. Different foundations he's fought for, the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. He said, quote, I play to honor my wife's mother, Virginia, end quote. I didn't look too much more into that story, but I'm assuming there's some issues there with breast cancer. But again, Crohn's disease, that seems to be a big one as well, fighting against that, and colitis, which is interesting because if you look at Ambry Thomas, he had colitis whenever he was with Michigan before he was drafted. So this is something that's impacted the team as well. He's done a lot working with Play 60, helping kids. I mean, he does so much for the community, you know, speaks at Rotary clubs, just does so much to help the community, which is awesome. Now, let's jump back to his time in college at Harvard. It shows up in 2009. Appeared in all 10 games and had a team best 5 catches, 42 yards and a touchdown and win at Columbia. Guess what? On a roll for the Ivy League. One thing I'll never say. 2010, National Honorable Mention All Ivy League. Again, Ivy League honor roll again. Had 6 pass receptions for 81 yards, 2 touchdowns versus Princeton. And again, you know, he's playing against Ivy League schools. You know, most of those players don't make it to the pros. He is the 10th player in Harvard's history to be drafted, which is incredible. And if you look at 2-time All-American at tight end and H-back, 3-time All-Ivy League selection, Harvard's all-time leader among tight ends in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdown receptions. The dude totally balled out. 40-yard dash, ran a 4.71. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I apologize. We got film to go along with this. We can't talk fullbacks without some film, baby. And, you know, man, my mind, I'm getting a little old. I didn't think that I made a compilation in the past of Kyle Juszczyk highlights, so I went and made another one this morning. Little to remind myself, as soon as I finished it, I realized I've already made 2 other ones. So now I have 3 different Kyle Juszczyk breakdowns. Anyway, take that for what it is. I'll get this thrown up on Patreon. So if you want to see the Patreon, that's where we do all our film work, man. You want to support the show, you like what we do, you want us to put out more product, Patreon, extra episodes come in this season as well over there. So patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast, or just Google 49ers and Patreon. We're the first one that pulls up. He ran a 6.93 3-cone, shifty, 37-inch vertical, 24 bench press reps at 225, strong, quick, shifty. He does it all. He just can do a little bit of everything. He was drafted in 2013 with the fourth round with pick 130. The Ravens picked him. And again, he was the first fullback selected out of 3 that were drafted that year. And again, only 10th player in Harvard history to be drafted. Second highest ever. This is going to be a trivia question. The highest drafted Harvard player was Isaiah Kasiewiński, who was selected 119th overall in the 2000 draft. That'll be on Jeopardy one day. Now, his rookie year didn't really do much special teams. He was behind Vontae Leach. Man, I love Vontae Leach. He was a beast. And then kind of took over for him in the 2014 year whenever he switched. And then he switched his number from 40 to 44 and kept that the rest of the time. Started 14 games, you know, appeared in 16, Pro Bowl. He was awesome. 2015, steps right back in, wins it, finished it with 42 receptions in the year. That's his career high. Receiving yards, 321. All this stuff. He was awesome. 2016 was great again, starter again. Then free agency came. And a lot of teams wanted him. Eagles, Browns, Bills, and the 49ers. The Eagles were the early favorites, then the Bills, and the 49ers swept in and paid him a ridiculous amount. but he's earned every penny. Make no mistake. 49ers got made fun of. You remember they signed him and Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon never panned out. He got even close to panning out. But Kyle Juszczyk did. He got a 4-year, $21 million contract, $7 million guaranteed, signing bonus $5 million. Largest contract for a fullback in NFL history, and it wasn't even close. He stepped in and was just great right off the bat. The 2017 season, named to his second Pro Bowl. Now, what's crazy is, and we'll go through this a little bit more here in a second, he's never gotten a large volume of carries or receptions for the 49ers. If you were to guess how much work he gets, you'd guess wrong. You'd guess over. He just never really. He had 33 receptions his first year with the 49ers. That was his most with the 49ers ever. That was it. Now 2018 year, steps in 30 receptions, 324 yards, 30 rushing yards on the year. 2019 season, which he was great. We made it to the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff, and probably one of the best performers in the Super Bowl. You go back and watch that game, he was incredible. 3 catches, 39 receiving yards, receiving touchdown. It was awesome. He had such a good game in the Super Bowl. 2020 season was great as well, and he really hasn't missed time. Now, this offseason, on March 15th, 2021, last year's offseason, he signed a 5-year contract extension worth $27 million. So Kyle Juszczyk, he's going to be a part of the 49ers for a while. He's signed through 2025. So you've got the 2022 season, 23, 24, and 25. So you got him another 4 years, but the 49ers do have an out after the 2023 year. So guaranteed this year and next year. Then after that, the 49ers want to walk away. They can with very limited, it's not going to be a huge cap cut or dead money. But his career earnings for a fullback, $28.9 million, which is incredible. Very, very happy for him and his family. If he plays out the entirety of this contract extension, he would end with $50.4 million career earnings, which would be incredible. He has started 99 games in his career, played in 139, has been around for a while. Again, 5 consecutive Pro Bowls, which is incredible. Now, if you look at how much time he misses, he doesn't miss time. He does not miss time at all. He shows up, he plays, period. I think he's missed 6 games in the past 5 years for the 49ers. That's it. Also, did just get married in 2019, July of 2019, to his girlfriend at the time, Kristen Arceri. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. They seem to be a very, very active couple on social media, a very fun couple, happy for them and their young family. Now, if you look at the stats with the 49ers, this is what I was talking about earlier that I wanted to get to. 2017, 33 receptions, 7 rush attempts. 2018, 30 receptions, 8 rush attempts. Next year, 20 receptions, 3 rush attempts. Next year, 19 receptions, 17 rush attempts. Last year, 30 receptions, 8 rush attempts. He doesn't get the ball a whole lot, but whenever he does, it's third down or it's in the red zone, and it makes a huge play. It makes a huge impact. 11 total touchdowns with the 49ers. As you see him score one more touchdown right there. You can't measure it. We could talk stats. That doesn't impact his blocking. You could talk blocking. That doesn't impact his locker room presence. The calming effect he has on the quarterbacks, the security blanket, the wheel routes where he leaks out the backfield. And that's where I think the biggest change is going to take place in 2022. He's the fullback, no questions asked. Josh Hokett, who's behind him, could fill in for if an injury happened. But the last time Kyle Juszczyk missed extended period of time, they didn't go to Hokett. They went to Ross Dwelley. Duct tape Dwelley. So I'm not sure what they would do there, but Juszczyk's the guy. Now, here's the thing I'm probably most excited about. I think the worst pass that Jimmy G can throw is that wheel route that leaks out outside the numbers. And what the wheel route is it's based on a pulley system, right? That's why they call it the wheel. And so you basically go up, you look like you're running an out route, you go up, looks like an out route, then you pill up and you go deep down outside the numbers. We can all remember the several times, probably 5 or 6 times, where he's underthrew or overthrown a wide open Juszczyk. I don't think that's Trey Lance's MO. We finally are going to get to see a quarterback that can utilize that. And so I think Kyle Juszczyk's going to hit 2 home run touchdowns on that wheel route. It's going to happen, man. Very, very excited to see what he's going to do. My 2022 projection for the Swiss Army knife, 25 receptions, 8 rush attempts, but with more touchdowns. I got him getting 3 to 4 touchdowns. 2 of those wheel routes are going to the house, man. I'm telling you. Very excited for what he's going to do. I hope he plays out the length of his entire contract. I know that you could get some cap relief. I don't care about cap relief when you have players that are the best at their position, which the 49ers have a lot. I mean, it's incredible whenever you look at, okay, you got the best fullback in the game. All right, you got the best left tackle in the game. All right, you got the best tight end in the game. You got the best defensive end in the game, or at least one of, in Bosa. You got the best linebacker in the game with Fred Warner. And Debo, he's going to get signed soon, baby. He's going to get signed soon. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Want to say thank you to Anthony and Josh, executive producers of this series. Man, just going through and just finding all this information and just doing so much work. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You are incredible. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. 13 more to go. We're just going to keep counting them down.